Hello, this is the verse of one. Healing for 09 here on YouTube. This is a storyline murder reading. This is for December 2025. This is for a young lady, Danielle. Let me get her name right. Okay, this is for a young lady who was murdered, Danielle Hoyle, and her newborn baby Kennedy Hoyle. Baby Kennedy was 2 days old. This happened in Memphis, Tennessee, February 1st, if I'm not mistaken, 2022. Danielle was shot through the car window 1 to 4 times, or how many times it was, and dragged out of the car with face down in a ditch or on the ground or wherever in the mud, because it was a rainy night. And baby Kennedy was driven to a river and thrown over by one leg and just thrown out like she was a soda bottle or something. She never was recovered, but I might just cut the storyline in half and see if God say anything as far as the baby, because I believe anything is possible myself. Let's see. Miss Danielle was murdered by Mr.Brandon Isabelle. At the time, he was 26 or 27 years old, and I think she was 27 years old also. So let's just see. Universe, bear with me. Okay, the first card is it was an overblown. Something was overblown. This was an overblown act for sure. The killing of Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy, because he didn't want another baby. He didn't want the baby's mother, so he decided the solution was to kill them because he wanted to be with his current girlfriend. Okay? He might like music. He might like string instruments. She might do. Okay, right here, this next card says, I'm different. Wait until Friday, or wait until a couple days. So, Mr. Isabelle, he might have talked to his present girlfriend and told her to wait a couple days. Things was going to be different, because she didn't want to be a stepmother to baby Kennedy, because she is planning on marrying Mr. Isabelle. So he might have told her wait a couple days, or wait until Friday, or wait a couple days, or in a couple days, or whatever. It say I'm different, but I'm going to change the card. It'll be different. Wait a couple days. Anything like that. Okay, that's the stuff. So he is hell-bent on destruction. We already know that night, because he murdered her and shot her more than one time and left her for dead. And he threw baby Kennedy in the river. So he was hell-bent on destruction because he wanted to work on his problem, right? And the cards say not here. So he wanted to work on his problem with his girlfriend as far as working things out with her. So the problem he felt it was going to be, the problem was baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. So he couldn't work on it he wanted to work on a problem with his girlfriend as far as their relationship, but he needed to go where he had to go to settle the problem, and that is go to murder them. Because he was chewing on luxurious, living a good life, I guess, with this lady. So he wanted to laugh at the oldies with her, you know, before, I guess, before baby Kennedy was born, or before he found out that baby Kennedy was his girlfriend, his girlfriend found out that baby Kennedy was coming along. He wanted to do it all together, laugh at the oldies, and be happy with his present girlfriend again. Because once she found out about it, things wasn't good between the two. So God says that he boxed. So he didn't want to be boxed in by having another baby and being responsible for another baby or dealing with Miss Danielle. So he decided that he wanted to scratch both of them off. This card says, don't scratch me off. So for him, he didn't want his current girlfriend to scratch him off because he felt boxed in by having Miss Danielle pregnant and delivering a baby that belonged to him. But he decided that he was boxed in and he wanted to scratch them off to solve his problem. Because remember, he's going to work on his problem, like the card says, number 4 card, I think it is. And he is hell-bent on destruction to make it happen. So he boxed Miss Danielle in. He boxed her in because she didn't see it coming. The mastermind card might come out in here because, or the kitty cat mission. That means somebody sneak on you and you don't know what's going to happen, or somebody plan something out to the T, because that's what he did. He boxed her in. And boxed her in simply is she pulled up, I guess, and she just was waiting for him to come along. But the shots rang out and she didn't even have a chance to start a car up and ride off or anything. He boxed her in. Bottom line. Okay, here's the next card. This card say, well done. He felt well done because he wanted to please his soul. Right? But God saying to Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy, well done. They went back to their soul. They went back to God. But he felt well done because he felt like he didn't have to worry about them, right, anymore, because they was a problem for him. He was in his emotions, and he wasn't sensitive because he wanted to see it or did see it with full eyes. He saw everything with full eyes, every bit of it. He knew just what he was doing. He felt like he didn't want Miss Danielle disrespecting him because she had the baby, and I think he didn't want the baby born in the first place. But also with his current girlfriend, he didn't want her to pass him by. You can't bypass me. He didn't want her to bypass him. Get what I'm saying? To pass him by, to break up with him or whatever. And he saw it with full eyes. He didn't want that to happen. So let's just flow. In due time, he thought that Miss Danielle would be talking about money, speak up about money, because it's cause they speak up about your money. So in due time, he felt that Miss Danielle was going to be asking him for some kind of child support money. Okay? Okay? He treated Miss Danielle like she was nothing, like trash, and baby Kennedy. He was, Miss Danielle was being treated harshly by others, and that would be by Mr. Isabelle, along with baby Kennedy was treated harshly. So he has said to Miss Danielle that he wanted to have like a break time with her, sit down and talk, and he was going to be sensitive. But he was lying. Okay, this is wrong. So the card is up. So when the card up like this, that means that Miss Danielle didn't need him help me be myself. This card means that she didn't need him to help her be herself, to help her take care of the baby. Her mother was going to help her. but he had in his mind that she probably would want non-support. But his current girlfriend already said that she wasn't trying to be taking care of nobody's kids. She didn't want no stepkids, or she wasn't going to be taking care of them, or whatever she was saying when she was on the witness stand. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we got a banister or something that maybe that's that can be described as far as the house or some place or whatever, banister or something that's distinctive, that stands out. We got number 12, number 21. Okay, number 3. So to please his soul, he felt that baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle must go, because this card said, you know, you must go. So he felt like Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy must go. That means must die. To please his soul. What here, rain? Let me see. He didn't have no kind of he didn't have emotions for her or the baby. He was Satan. Bear with me for a little bit. Let me see. Oh, it's not raining. I thought I was hearing something like I heard rain. I thought it was raining at night, though. I didn't know that it was raining. So she came out on a rainy night. He had to come out in the dark. He wanted to leave his ex in the past, and that would be Miss Danielle. So we got pink, and the baby was a female baby, baby Kennedy, and she definitely had on pink, I think, that night. He needed to stay calm, right? If he loved pink, but he didn't love pink. So we're going to say baby Kennedy had on pink, and she a female, and she a baby. He didn't love pink. He didn't love the baby. He didn't care about the baby. He didn't want to stay calm. So we have that. Some kind of way it was fussing going on with him and his girlfriend. And it was competition with him and the girlfriend, or as far as fussing about, I guess, the baby and Miss Danielle. It says that he is going to be, Miss Danielle was fussing with him some kind of way at one point, or he was going to be fussing with a cop or talking to a cop, or Miss Danielle was talking to him and he was a leader. So let's just say, because he was the baby's father, you need to take it to the judge. So she would have to take it to the judge, anything as far as the baby, or it just simply mean right here that he didn't want to take it to the judge. Okay, let's flow. Because he is dealing with his person. He is trying to weather things out with his person, that child, his current girlfriend. Because this card said, are you married? Yes, he was hooked on to a lady. So he had Miss Danielle on the side. Unless Miss Danielle was what came first. I don't know which one came first out of these ladies. But Miss Danielle would be considered the lady on the side, because he was currently with the one that he was trying to please, that he was willing to kill his baby for and take Miss Danielle's life away. Okay? He is going to wrap it up every time, because he had Miss Danielle on one side, and he had this current girlfriend of his on the other side, because he cheapened Miss Danielle's life. So we're going to say that he is going to wrap it up. It's like this. This is the wrong card. Okay, this card says that he is going to wrap up, I'm coming. So I'm going to use this way. As far as him like going for his girlfriend's house, he is going to wrap up, and he was coming as far as her romance, I guess. But with Miss Danielle, he told her some kind of way to meet him somewhere. Wrap it up, I'm coming. So she was going to wrap up what was going on at her house and just leave and go meet him wherever. But this next card said he cheapened her life, and he did. Let's love. So the next one is the judge says, yeah, life. So it say the judge says life, so he might get life in jail instead of the death penalty. He might. So let's just see what happens. Okay. But he said life. He said he played the part of the judge, and he decided that Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy won't even have any life, because remember the card before, he cheapened their life. They was good as trash with the card up there, right? He exercised his right to complain to his current girlfriend, because he was looking at his current girlfriend. Boy, he got so many women. It got me mixed up, because he had a wife, he got a current girlfriend, and Miss Danielle. So I got to keep everything together here. Okay, it is your good fortune. So he looked at the current girlfriend of his. It's his good fortune. He ain't want nothing to come in between. So life was like a jigsaw puzzle for him right then, because he had a baby mother, hooked onto the baby, and he had his wife that he might wasn't divorced yet from, I just don't know, and he had this current girlfriend woman that he was trying to stay with. Right? He was his life was like a jigsaw puzzle. So he was pinpointing it about his situation, and he complained. So Judy called for him to deal with his person, your person. So Judy called for him from the current girlfriend of his, for him to deal with his problems, because she complained about it, the current girlfriend, because he looked at her as his good fortune. Okay, so we have right here, temperatures was rising in him and his current girlfriend, but they was going to control it. So your life is your own, don't force it on me. So we have the current girlfriend of his felt like his life is his own. If he want to have more children, that's his problem, but don't bring it to her. She ain't want to be bothered, anything like that. Okay, or he looked at Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. He looked at Miss Danielle as her life is her own, and she wanted to have a child. Don't force it on him. He wasn't going to have it be forced on him, anything like that. So he was going to be captured, because it said captured. So we got a great aunt, or aunt in general, or grandma, or some female. I don't know who it is. Some older lady. I don't know about that. Let's see. So it says right here that a verdict, after the verdict, cuff's going to be put on him, right? So let's see the next card. The ultimate. Is he ready for the ultimate? So he have a person in the spirit. Yeah, strike that, not him. Miss Danielle have a person in the spirit some kind of way. That's in her family, that's not alive, that's around her. So let's just flow a little bit. You're getting a new job, yes. So I don't, to him that was a new job, because a brand new baby, that would have been work for him. He had to bring more money, or he would have to get another job to go with the job he got and able to take care of the baby, or he just had to interact with the baby, period. Or he was getting a new job, period. Or just being in a relationship with the current girlfriend he had, and that was a job in itself. Or the job just going to be being in jail. That's going to be the job. Okay, whichever one. He had to, so let's see who this is. So Miss Danielle had to ask herself why. Because she had to force herself to cope with the pain. Or we have his current girlfriend. She felt like she wasn't going to be dealing with this situation. So he is doing conscious living. So we have that. It was convenient for him to sabotage things, right? Because he wanted to downsize. And he didn't have any fear drops about it because he didn't care about Miss Danielle or baby Kennedy. So he wasn't going to be loafing around and stalling or delaying of anything. Okay? So this card said we are family. He didn't look at them as his family. He didn't look at the baby as his family, even though it's his blood. This card said I'm coming out. So he didn't want it to be where he had a baby hooked onto him, you know. He didn't want to come out with that he got another baby, or he just didn't want that. He didn't want to look at baby Kennedy as his family. This card says we are family. And to him, she was not his family. It says you do not love yourself. So he did not love baby Kennedy. He did not love Miss Danielle, but he don't love his own self either. That's the thing about it. Because when he killed baby Kennedy, he killed a piece of himself. Because baby Kennedy was his seed. Okay? It was some journaling going on. So, journaling could just simply mean that his current girlfriend, she was keeping track of things, wanted him to get testing on to prove that the baby was his, and you know, whatever they was deciding and writing down, or whatever it might have been. Or journaling could just be that he is in court and he writing himself with his notepad or whatever's going on. Well, so the next card is that Miss Danielle had to beware of distractions, right? Let's not argue. So he called her to where he called her at and made it seem like everything was okay. Who's proud of you? I'm wonderful. So Miss Danielle was proud of herself, and she was wonderful. But this card says that he is there and he's vengeful. So he called her out in the rain, or called her out where he called her at, making it seem like everything alright. He didn't want to fuss and all of that. But that was just a distraction and sabotage, God says right here. Because with this card, yeah, it was convenient for him, and he wanted to make it convenient for him and able to be with the other lady he had and satisfy her, because she wasn't trying to be a stepmother or take care of nobody's children. She said on the stand, right? Okay, to get dad to give them to the mother for good. Okay, stepmother causing trouble with the children. So this can go with the current girlfriend he got, because he was planning on marrying her so she would have been a stepmother, but she said she don't want to be taking care of no stepkids. She not going to be paying for them. So I'm going to read this card. Stepmom is causing trouble with the kids. So she was kind of causing trouble because she pretty much was like telling him that she didn't want his child. Even though the child was a piece of him and part of him, she didn't want the child. So she causing trouble. She was causing trouble right there, and a problem by saying that. Because it says to get dad to give the child, get to the mother for good. But see, that's not what it was. She didn't want him to give the child, Kennedy, to Miss Danielle. She wanted it to be where the baby didn't even exist. That the baby wasn't even his. She wanted it to be where the baby wasn't his baby. Right? So let's just go. So he committed manslaughter and he moved fast on it. So, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. She wanted my friend. So, Miss Danielle didn't even get a chance to even blink. She didn't get a chance to save herself. She didn't get a chance. It was dark, rainy, rain all on the car window. She didn't get a chance to save herself. She didn't know that this man was going to do this to her. She was young. She didn't know. So we have right here, well, finding my parents even matter. So with Miss Danielle, her being wounded, before she died and she was wounded, she wanted her parents right here with this card because she was being adopted. And being adopted means she was held up in that car, wounded. Follow me? But for baby Kennedy was thrown out in the water somewhere. And the other side is, well, finding my parents even matter. Baby Kennedy. So we have for him, he needed this other lady, this present girlfriend of his, to feed him love, feed him romance, whatever he wanted, feed him money, whatever he wanted from this current girlfriend. And he was getting hot. Okay. So if he could be like a fly on the wall, he would be a fly on the wall to see exactly what she's thinking about, because it would be freeing. Because the end came to what was considered stalking. So if Miss Danielle was calling him any kind of way, or if he thought she was going to do it, it was considered stalking. Her calling him for the baby, or calling him to say she having a baby, whatever she might have been saying in this storyline, is being called stalking, just talking. And he brought it into it. Follow me. Let's go. Okay, guidelines. Guidelines was plentiful. He didn't follow guidelines. Because he had like 3 women. Seemed like he was halfway connected to her. So he wasn't seeing Miss Danielle's potential, that she had lots of life to live. He didn't look at that. So something was counseled 2 times and time counted to him. So before he might have said to Miss Danielle before that he wanted her to get rid of her baby. And she didn't do it. That would be one. But here comes another one, because it's counseled 2 times. The second time, he made it happen. Okay? Because he had to defeat a failing, and he was coping. Because he was trying to hold on to that female he had, the girlfriend of his. He pinpointed a problem. He was going to be a change shifter and make something happen. Because he was going to be that warrior. Right? Because he wanted to have peace within, to have a stable mind himself. So we have right here that his present girlfriend wanted to covet him, right? But Miss Danielle set her off, because this card says set her off. So Miss Danielle set her off. Just knowing about Miss Danielle over there having a baby by the man that she cared about and loved, it set her off because she wanted to covet him. But he also wanted to covet his current girlfriend. Right? And he didn't want to set her off. Okay? So we have this card. We might have somebody in Miss Danielle's family that Mike was going to come and fight him, or uncle or relative or anything like that. Because Mr. Isabelle, I'm saying it right, Isabelle, yeah, Mr. Brandon, he was the father to baby Kennedy. Because the uncle or any family member of Miss Danielle didn't like the ways of Mr. Isabelle, Mr. Brandon, because he was the dad to the baby, and they may wanted to fight him some kind of way. because they didn't like his ways. Follow me? The next card is judgment. So some kind of order of judgment was coming about because they was going to be coming after him, or the judge going to do it, right? So Miss Danielle, she would have to see through the bait, but she didn't. You'll have to see through it. Don't fall for the bait, Miss Danielle. Okay? The in-laws sometimes cause drama. So the in-laws would be Mr. Isabelle and his girlfriend at the time, crying on or fussing with each other or whatever about the baby being born, or about getting a test done, or whatever was going on. And drama happened. So he came her direction to try to get rid of, to solve his problem. She shouldn't have fell for the bait as far as going to meet him. Let's just see. Or it was going to be some kind of order as far as the baby. When you go to court, you know, for when you be ordered to pay child support, a judgment, anything like that. Okay, so he's going to go get it. So go get Miss Danielle. Let's say that instead of it. He's going to go get Miss Danielle. Because he felt like Miss Danielle was his ex, and he felt like she was trouble. But I'm going to turn it to Miss Danielle's side. God telling Miss Danielle her ex is trouble, and that would be Mr. Isabelle, okay? Now let's just move these cards. After I do this, I'm just going to say anything as far as baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy was only 2 days old, right? So baby Kennedy, let me see, it was 2022, 3, 4, 5. Baby Kennedy was 2 days old. That means she was born in January. So that means baby Kennedy would have been 3 if I'm counting right. Oh God, right? 3 years old. Yeah, she was 3 years old right now. Baby Kennedy. Let's just see. I'm going to see if anything, any kind of connection, anything I can get from baby Kennedy or Miss Danielle or both of them. Not right now, though. Let me just finish these, and I'm just going to see universe. Baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy, universe, baby Miss Danielle. Okay, let's see. Miss Danielle. Okay, it was some club fun. So club fun, it was going to be a takedown. So the club fun, they worked at a certain place, right? But I'm going to say the takedown in the club fun will be, I don't know if when he go to jail, it's going to be a takedown, and the club would be all the inmates, or we dealing with the court system, and that's what you call a club fun, and it's still going to be a takedown, where the judge might just give him life instead of the death penalty or anything like that. Or some kind of way him and his girlfriend was doing some talking, whatever they was doing, and he was planning on he was going to still take down Miss Danielle. So we have, it was a betrayal to Miss Danielle. Betrayal because she didn't see this coming. She was looking at her essential needs, so he might have lied and said he whatever. Oh, I'm going to fill out the paperwork, non-support. They tell all kind of lies to get the female somewhere. Or he just wanted to see the baby, right? Or whatever it was. So something on the internet, any kind of social media, even this video or whatever it is, right? Something back then, or something today, something right now in this video, something back then when this happened or whatever, on some kind of social media or whatever, was going to piss somebody off. Maybe his current girlfriend, she saw something, or maybe pissed him off, pissed Miss Danielle off, or somebody, I don't know. Radio station or whatever it might have been. Let's just roll. Let's see what this one is. Let's check. So when a fall time, something was going to happen. Okay, let's go. But you know, ready for baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. Okay, it was amazing what happened to me. I choose to believe what fits my life. So with this right here, with that card, some kind of way he choose to believe what fits my life. He decided to believe what fits his life. What fit his life was not to have baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle in his life, right? Because he had plans on marrying this other lady eventually. But what was amazing that happened to him was he murdered both people. And he wound up saying it, I guess, to his mother, or whoever he said it to. Okay? We got energy. He had a lot of energy right here. Energy, and the other side say solve it. He is going to solve it, the problem he had. With energy. He had a lot of energy. Running all over the place and doing whatever he was doing because he felt he was gambling too much. It was too much a gamble. He didn't want to be bothered. But God says right here, he needed to be checked. Right? So we got a special delivery was coming for sure. And we know the special delivery was Miss Danielle with her call with her and baby Kennedy. That was a special delivery. Right? So we have right here that he guilty as charged. And it's going to be on letterhead. Right? So we know that's happening. But maybe the special delivery was going to be he guilty as charged. Could just simply mean that any kind of test results coming back was going to prove that he's the daddy. Get what I'm saying? So it says right here that he showed in his actions, Mr. Isabelle, right, Mr. Brandon, that he didn't care anything about Miss Danielle or baby Kennedy. He used his muscle to dominate, control her by shooting her, and she wasn't able to even save herself. Okay, it's unusual. She is dealing with a spectrum. Okay, so he wanted to clarify something in the situation. But she needed to clarify things in the situation. Exactly what he even wanted her to come out there and arrange for in the first place. Because he saw the baby earlier today, or whatever, he could have talked to her the next day in the daylight. But God says right there with the gain clarity, her gaining some clarity in the situation. But he wanted to gain clarity in the situation for his girlfriend by doing what he did, making Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy a special delivery. Guilty as charged. Be on letterhead. So we got number 41 or 14 or number 5, God's number of grace. Next card is he's going to make himself feel better, make himself feel good. So we have right here that speedy recovery. So he's going to soup this all up for speedy recovery and get his life like it was. But Miss Danielle just gave birth not too long ago. Whenever she gave birth, baby was 2 days old. So she is speeding things up for a speedy recovery. I wish she wouldn't even went back out in that rain. Or she just delivered not too long ago. Okay, let's see. She made arrangements to get out of that camp. She left home, right? And she went there where he was. Here it is. Look at this next card. Travel for love if you dare. She traveled for love if she dare very soon. Stay in a row. Okay, the next one is what? What is this? Okay. He spent the tables around on her where it was repercussions. Like that. She turned the tables around on him and it brought on repercussions. And the only thing I can see is, I don't really see what she did because he already knew she was pregnant. So I feel like him finding out the baby was his for sure. That's what made him mad, so it was repercussions. It's not her fault. I keep telling men, if you don't want children, you need to have protection on. You cannot blame a woman and tell her she got to get rid of her baby because you're sorry behind don't want to use protection. Okay, so we have right here sunglasses and raincoat. So it was raining the night that she was killed. But it says right here, the raincoat just simply means that letting out your emotions. He was letting out his emotions though. He was letting them show. And he was seeing what he needed to see. So he didn't need any sunglasses to have nothing be not seen. But I can say that she was out in the dark like that. So it was like she had sunglasses on. It was dark outside. And it was raining outside. Right? Let's see. So we have that. Do not let what she see. Is this the one? Do not let what you see ruin your life. Let me see. Wait a minute. Oh, no, this is the one where relations to not wanting her as a woman. So he didn't want her as a woman. He just wanted to use her for whatever he wanted to use her for. So if it was romance, it was romance. He didn't love her. He just wanted to use her for whatever. The next one is this card right here that she had to beware the hot spots and be alert of hot spots. So he got her in a hot spot. He got her in some darkness somewhere, wherever he had her meet. And he broke off like a twig on a tree. Right here with this card, he murdered her. It's accurate. And we'll see more about it. Whoa. So we have right here that he thought she was going to saddle him down. He thought that she was going to saddle him down to be her lifeboat. Oh, come on. Wait a minute. I'm back. Okay. This last card, it was that Mr. Brandon, he didn't want Miss Danielle to saddle him down to be her lifeboat as far as taking care of the baby. Okay? Because something was seeping through his mind to think that. So he was excited about eating for two. And that is him and his current girlfriend, some kind of date maybe, or eating together. Or he didn't want to be excited as far as taking care of baby Kennedy and his other son. That would have been 2 children. He would have to have 2 feet, so he talked to his counselor, his advisor, that would be his girlfriend, seemed like. She was advising and talking and saying whatever. So he was going to act now so we can survive. Or she told him to act now so we can survive as a couple. And that would be go and check and make sure and see if the baby is yours by having a test or something like that. Or he decided himself that he was gonna act himself so him and his current girlfriend could survive. Okay, so let's just flow. Let's see. So he felt he had a chance to stand up against abuse, because he felt like it was abuse because Miss Danielle had the baby anyway and he didn't want to have another child. but the law was going to stand up against abuse and bring him to trial because of what he did to Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. That's just what I'm... Or his current girlfriend felt it would be abuse to her if he had another woman hooked onto him, taking care of another woman's child. We got number 17, 71, number 8. Okay. So something was on the internet, TV, internet, or whatever. The trial was on the internet, but something was on the cell phone, internet, or anything, right? Whatever it was, social media, right? So we have right here that he was looking at what's ahead because he is dealing with a wildcat. So with Miss Danielle, he might have looked at her as a loose lady. Or he was looking at this current girlfriend he had as a go-getter in business. Probably. He might have felt like she was vibrant, this new lady that he met, the current girlfriend. So we got 310, January 3rd, March the 1st, number 13 in general, number 31. So a friend or friends is taking advantage. Stop it. So some kind of way he felt like Miss Danielle was taking advantage of him by having a baby, or his current girlfriend at the time, she was taking advantage of him and she needed to stop it because she had a lot of demands as far as him and the baby. She didn't want to marry him if he was the father. He better go take the test or whatever demands she had going on. Okay, but his decisions were his own. She can't be blamed for his decisions. But she wasn't sensitive, seemed like, because we dealing with a baby, and she wasn't sensitive. Even on the stand, she wasn't sensitive. I don't know if you know the baby or not. We're dealing with a baby. So let's just see. Take some more universe. Then I'm going to see if I can get something for baby Kennedy. Stop. Okay. I hear oil well. Oil well. Oil well. Oil well. Okay. Oil well. What about oil well, universe? Oil well. Drainage. Let's just go a little bit. Let's just see what happens with this one. I'm going to try to end it right here. She know all about it. Let's finish this up here. Mr. Isabelle, then Miss Danielle, and baby Kennedy. I'm going to do a separate one. It's called baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy. See if I can see baby Kennedy as a 3-year-old. Because she would be 3 right now, right? Okay, so he didn't see the ambition of baby Kennedy or Miss Danielle, but he saw the worth and the ambition in this new female he had. So we got number 22 or number 4. He didn't look at baby Kennedy or Miss Danielle as worthy of living. He didn't see their worth because he is dealing with a biller as far as money. So, or he didn't want to. That would be non-support. He needs to admit that the biller would milk him, or he felt like Miss Danielle would milk him, or need milk. Take it however. Okay. Pandemic. The pandemic could have been going on at the time, or it don't have to be, right? So he is annoyed by the pandemic or something, or he didn't want to be with child support on his back, or her asking him for baby milk, money, or anything. Okay, that's rough. Let's see. Okay. Who might that be? An official. So let's take it under, you heard me just say. First card is he is going to be dealing with a biller. That would be non-support. Because he had to admit that non-support would milk him. Follow me? The next one is he didn't want to be annoyed by the pandemic of the non-support keep hounding him and nagging him. Who might that be? The officials. Non-support, okay? I'll let you know about it. Let's just see if I can end it. So we have right here that he had to start to love himself because he didn't love himself. He is holding on to a corrupt pain and he needed to let go of destruction. He didn't even love his own self. So something was on the cell phone that could help in the case of the trial. Whatever it is, camera footage, cell phone, text. It's really the cell phone though. Text, pictures, videos, whatever. FaceTime, whatever it is, right? The next one is, okay, he was being blackmailed or he a blackmail. So we can say he was being, his girlfriend was kind of, what you call it? I can't even think. Threatening somewhat. Let's say he was being blackmailed, so I can turn it to he was being threatened by his girlfriend somewhat, where he was worried up, or he just blackmailed in general, just what the card says. So here we had the next card. It's over now. So what he did was made it over. Get what I'm saying? And what he did was kill baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. Okay? They going down. The card says they going down. This card says they going down. You heard me say the first side says it's over now. They going down is the second side. Okay? So he decided that they was going down. Baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. It's over now because he is being not blackmailed but threatened, you might as well say, by his child, his current girlfriend. Because something was on the phone, she might have saw messages or whatever she might have saw. She wanted him to, she is holding on to a corrupt pain, and also him. And he wanted to let go of destruction. Or he needed to let go of destruction. So she felt like she worked on it enough. And she was wondering, can she even believe him? Maybe him saying that the baby wasn't his or whatever he was telling his girlfriend. Okay, so he was going to gently close the door, bend a little and close the door on Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. Because his current girlfriend was going to gently close the door on him. That means break up. But he decided to twist that around and make it happen to baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. He is motivated. And this female he had was strong, right? Find out why, what can be done. Okay. This card says find out why, what can be done to get him or her back. This goes with the storyline so good. So he's going to find out why and what can be done to get her back, not him back, but her back. The card before it said he is motivated. Remember, because he had a lady who was strong, that he just couldn't just get any kind of way. She had demands, she had standards or whatever she had, boundaries or whatever she had going on, right? So it says a daughter or a son. Let me read this. A daughter or a son dropped out of school. Okay. So let's just say that she didn't even get a chance to go to school, baby Kennedy. So I'm going to say Baby Kennedy is his daughter. And he made it where she couldn't even get to school. So that means she dropped out because he didn't even give her a chance to even attend school. I'm going to take that card that way. So he was picking, teasing. As far as talking down about Miss Danielle. She's intellectual. Or we have his current girlfriend was intellectual and she was picking and teasing, talking down to him. Take it however it goes. It was the last time for a lack of love he felt like from Miss Danielle. If she said anything down to him, or it was the last time of lack of love that he is going to be taken off of his current girlfriend because he wanted her to caress him so tight. 15 hugs won't be enough when they was coming from her. But if we deal with Miss Danielle, she might wanted some loving treatment and care from him. Positive talk, we got 205502. So he is going to stand, his name is Brandon, Mister.Brandon Isabelle. So he's going to stand tall, front and center here. Follow me? There was a lack of control out of a Capricorn daughter. So I'm going to say it was a lack of control out of Mr. Isabelle. But it was a lack of control out of his new girlfriend, that lady there. A lack of control. Because she has had all her opinions in or whatever she was saying to him. She is putting pressure on him a whole lot. But he really, there's no excuse for what he did. But she is putting pressure on him all kind of ways. But he shouldn't have did what he did. I don't care what kind of pressure she is putting on. She's not that good enough to be killing your child and killing somebody else's life for. But he seemed to thought that for some reason. But whoever this current girlfriend he had, it was a lack of control out of her, and I feel her mouth, whatever she was saying to him, right? Her mother might be a Capricorn. Miss Danielle could have been a Capricorn. And little, she wasn't a Capricorn, the baby. Because if she born late January, if she born late January, she Aquarius, like me. So not the baby, not baby Kennedy. She should be Aquarius like me if she born like late January. But it was devilish energy maybe out of his current girlfriend. It was a lack of control. And he was going to stand front and center and make some stuff happen because he wanted hugs from her. Follow me? Because it was a lack of love out of her. She was talking all kind of stuff to him because she was intellectual. He wanted to be caressed by her. So I was stolen from. No. So he felt like he wasn't going to be stolen from. Because by him not getting the love from this female, his current girlfriend, he felt like he was being stolen from. And he didn't want that. So instead, he decided to steal Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy life away from them. Just so he can get some love and affection from this current female he had, right? His girlfriend. Black is classy. This a racist card or a card where you think you're better than somebody else. So we got him and his current girlfriend seemed to think they was better than Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. And it says right here, I'm ready for love. He is ready for love, right? Black and classy. So he felt this current girlfriend he had was classy. Thought she was better than Miss Danielle. But he even thought he was better than Miss Danielle. Because the next card says that he was picturing a crazy love with this current girlfriend of his, right? Next card is he needed to get a mindset of the Libra sign and be balanced in his life. Because he is dealing with, this lady might be like a Virgo, business-minded. Follow me? She don't have to be a Virgo, but she was talking business to him. Whatever she was talking, what she ain't gonna tolerate or whatever else. And he was listening to her. So he made baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle vanish without a trace. That means stop them from walking this earth. Follow me? Miss Danielle had a toy sense of freedom. She thought she could be free with this person, Mr. Brandon, but it didn't happen like that. She didn't know nothing about this man was going to hurt her. Had no idea. He made her vanish without a trace. And then he was a coward about things. She didn't even see it coming. He shot her through the car window. She didn't even see it coming. Her head probably was turned some kind of way where she didn't even see him, no kind of way. Because she got blamed. So he blamed her for her being pregnant and having a baby. But I keep telling these men, you need to keep your zippers up and use protection if you zipper your pants down. You don't get to get away with killing somebody, taking their life over because you don't want to keep your zipper up. It's remarkable. Okay, here we got the stepdad or adopted dad. He didn't want to be a dad. So you see stepdad and adopted dad. He didn't want to be attached. That's what this card's saying in his storyline. Adopted mean the child ain't yours and you got somebody else's baby. Step mean it's still somebody else's baby. He was disconnected. Get what I'm saying? He didn't want to be the real daddy. It's remarkable. He didn't want to be the real daddy. He didn't want to be a stepdaddy, adopted daddy, or no kind of daddy. Okay? So we have right here that his current girlfriend, that one there, she tried and she was tired of him. So some kind of way I think she broke up with him because it's a ex. Right? She wanted loyal with him. Right? We got number one. She wanted to be the only one in his life. His budget plummeted, or he didn't want it to be where if non-support got their hands on him, his budget was going to plummet if it didn't already. So we have right here that this would be Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. You're dying inside, right? And there's no do-overs. You know what that means. If you're dying inside, there's no do-overs. Okay, so let's just see. He didn't want to be a stepdad, adopted dad, no kind of dad to the baby. He was disconnected. Because when you adopted, the people is not your real parents. When you step, they're not your real parents. So he was, that's what you call a disconnect in this story now. He didn't see no kind of way that this baby was his baby. Even though the baby was, he ain't had no connection whatsoever. That's why he was able to throw that baby cross there and ain't have a feeling in the world. He cared about a woman more than he did his own flesh and blood. A woman that didn't come out of his body no kind of way. Came out some other man's body. As far as another man's sperm, but his own sperm, he ain't even value. Ain't no feeling sorry for him. No kind of way, not me. I don't play around when it comes down to kids. I don't play around. You get no pity out of me. This is the victim's channel. This is the victim's channel, Miss Danielle and her pretty baby Kennedy. Do you value their life just to be with some woman? Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so, sir. You're going to pay dearly. You're gonna learn that you can't just be taking somebody's life away because you want to just be with some woman and kiss her or whatever you want to do. No, it don't work like that. So let's just see. There's one more. Yeah, right here, look. God says it was a mystery to all that you had. All these demons you got to confront. So whoever your family members is, they probably shocked that you did some stuff like this. A mystery. Okay, here we have right here COVID. It's still COVID time. It's talking about COVID. So it was a lapse in work or whatever. Or a lapse in, if you're dealing with non-support or whatever this is, I don't know. at that time period, a lapse in jobs, a lapse in work, or whatever was going on. That's the same thing, right? Let's see. Rallying. You was fussing some kind of way, you and somebody arguing or whatever, you and your current girlfriend, or whatever this is, let's see. Okay, you had to accept it and try harder in love or in business. Well, you didn't want to accept it. You didn't want to accept Miss Danielle's baby. Let's just say, let me say, you was cold-blooded because Miss Danielle was dealing with you. You was cold-blooded. It says Miss Danielle. I'm saying her name. That's not on the card, but this is dealing with somebody who is cold-blooded. So Miss Danielle was dealing with somebody who was cold-blooded, you. And you was the center of attention. Okay? It was transparent. You looked at her as a liability and baby Kennedy. Right? So we have right here with these cards. You going to court, looking at the reality of it, realistically, because you was admiring this girlfriend of yours that you felt was so classy, right? You must respect me. So you wanted her to respect you, because this card says Joey knows. So I gotta say Brandon knows. So you needed to respect Miss Danielle, but you didn't. You didn't respect her. You didn't look at her as classy. You didn't respect her. But then when you're dealing with the girlfriend you had, the current girlfriend, she didn't respect you, but you feel like you wanted her respect. See, it's the other way around. You wanted her respect, but then you ain't want to respect Miss Danielle. You looked at this new lady as classy, but you looked at Miss Danielle as loose. You decided you was going to choose yourself. The pressure don't last for so long. You was going to choose you. That means that you ain't going to sit and worry about what's going on as far as her and the baby. You're going to choose yourself. You ain't going to be worrying about this and worrying about that. Okay, let's just see if there's anything else, Lord. Cordial. She is cordial. You're typing your problems, because it was a crystal layer of hope. Because you didn't want to show your problems with her. You just didn't want to be bothered. Okay, it's a penalty phase for you, though, because you're a Neo. You was negative. So I'm going to just see if I can just get a little bit out. You stick in power. You wanted to bring back tomorrow with this new girlfriend of yours, because some kind of way you broke up, you and her. And that means bring back tomorrow. You wanted it to be like it used to be and get back with her. So you was willing to do whatever, I guess, to get back with her, because Miss Danielle needed to beware of the Lord thinker, and you was a person who lured her out in the dark in the rain, and you murdered her. We got 601, 103. I mean, where am I getting 3 from? 106, 601. So let me try to stop this so I can just do one for baby Kennedy Universe. Give me one. Let me just finish this up. Give me something, Lord. I'm going to finish this up. Let me just see if I can finish this. Okay. Okay. You the random rider. And you didn't want her to put you on exhibit, take you to child support. So let me just get a few more and I'm going to quit it. Okay. Let's take it right here. You didn't want to enable her to have any kind of financial gain. That would be child support. Okay? Because you want to fulfill your copyright. And in this storyline right here, I'm going to call it marriage. Okay? You want to get married to that other female, right? So you're going to stop lying to yourself, right? Because you was dealing with this other lady. She was like a Virgo, business-minded or boundaries or what was going on with her. You wanted to go have fun with her, spend time with her, and you was going to stop lying to yourself. Or you need to stop lying to yourself because you need to turn yourself into a new version, or you was trying to get this lady, right? So it says right here, workhorse. So you as a workhorse, right? But this is Miss Danielle's card. She a workhorse. Teaching children would have been her path. She's a workhorse, going to work. Then she was going to be taking care of her baby Kennedy. So teaching children was her path. So she was going to be teaching her kids. Get what I'm saying? But you stopped that. You didn't want no excuses. Excuse my French. You put a halt to it. Let's see. Let me see if I can do. I'm trying to stop it. Okay. That's going to be it. And then I'm going to do baby Kennedy. Okay. You felt like you was the brown rabbit in the middle of the situation. You had your current girlfriend there, Miss Danielle on the other side, right? And then you felt you was in the middle. But then we can say we got one of your girlfriend over here, Miss Danielle over there, and baby Kennedy in the middle, right? You didn't want baby Kennedy to prevail, and she didn't prevail. But you wind up prevailing, okay? So let's just flow. I'm going to end this. So we have that, you didn't want to be borrowing from your in-laws and stuff like that as far as money to take care of the baby. Because somebody was going to be speaking up about money. How you get your money or just money in general for non-support. Okay, let's just see. So, if you're a woman, this is tell if you're a woman. Wait a minute. Why is this one in here? It says tell if you're a woman. Tell me if you're a woman. Okay, let's see. What's it like? It's a training. It's like, let me float for a minute. See how to work this card. Tell me if you're a woman. Okay, so when you meet a lady, you had to make sure the lady is a woman and don't just look like a woman. Or you might have told your new girlfriend that, you know, you looked at her as a certain kind of woman or whatever this card is in this story now. That's her. You had a mirage in your mind. Tension-filled thoughts. Tension-filled times. You had a mirage in your mind. You had a lot going on in your mind. This is second set. So I guess you didn't want to have another child. It would have been like called the second set because you had a son and a wife. Then Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy would have been the second set. So special railing from outside. So it might have been a special railing from outside or inside the home. Let's go. So you wanted your cup filled by your girlfriend, love, romance, time, or money. But then you wanted your cup filled as far as Miss Danielle. And that is, you wanted her time so you can do what you did to her. But as far as your girlfriend, you wanted romance, love, okay? Okay, let's see if I can make this happen with this one, and then I'm going to do baby Kennedy. She knows about for baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy. It's not baby Kennedy right here, but it's going to be the still Miss Danielle. Okay. You need to apologize. You felt restricted. You had no way out, so you killed Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy because you was trying to get this lady right here, and you ain't want to pay child support either. Okay. You want to take a cup of desire with this new girlfriend you had. And she was not going to have it where you have her in the background. She was going to be front and center. So we have right here that you had intentions of a maze life. This not your card. This Miss Danielle had intentions of a maid's life, and God wanted her to grow into that flower that she was, right? To be. You called her, or whatever you did. Because this card say, for what, Steve? But I got to say, for what, Brandon? So you must have texted her, called her, or whatever, and told her to come out. And she did. Right? Because you was dealing with a resource, or she was. And that would be, I feel, the hospital. Anything as far as maybe the hospital gave her some information to show you. Or if not that, non-support was going to come eventually. Right? Whatever. So you're going to be assertive and assess things. So she might have been taking some kind of pain pills, or she might have been in pain some kind of way because she just had a baby 2 days ago. So you didn't realize that Miss Danielle was a genius, but you seem to think that new lady you had was any and everything. Right? So you went fast. You charging them fast like that cowboy. And you shot Miss Danielle. You know how cowboys look at a western. You see how cowboys are. They charge in and they start shooting, don't they? They don't do a bunch of thinking to it. They feel you did them wrong and they just start shooting. But they say during the snow-filled days, you're going to be wishing the rain go away. When the snow covering the ground, you're going to be wishing the rain go away. Because you went in like that cowboy. Because God said, don't go in fast like that cowboy. But you did. You went in fast like that cowboy. Because you shot, I don't know how many times you shot. It said 4 times, but I don't know if that's accurate. I just don't know. You shot how many times you thought would kill her, then you went to see. And dragged her out. That's the lawyer. Somebody said you dragged out the car and dragged her out in some mud and left her out there like she was nobody. During the snow-filled days, you're going to be wishing the rain go away. Because you're going to be depressed, overwhelmed. What all going to be happening to you at that time period. Now we know that is December, January, February. Okay? Miss Danielle was coupled off with Satan, you at the time. She just wanted peace. Or you felt you wanted peace. Oh, we got the peace cards. Two back to back. They back to back. You wanted a peace treaty with the lady that you had because she broke up with you some kind of way. You wanted a peace treaty. And you had cold feet some kind of way. Or Miss Danielle had cold feet about going to meet you, or you had cold feet some kind of way. As far as your love interest. Or doing what you was going to do. Maybe you thought on it a little bit and you still done it. Because we had time to think of things before, during, and after. No excuses up there. Excuse my French. You got no excuse. I don't care if she is Cleopatra. I don't care who this woman, who she's supposed to be. But you ain't care nothing about their lives. You ain't love them, but you ain't caring about their life that they was people who was living before you came around. Called them out of the house. You looked at her as a joke. Silly of me to think that I could get to the Milky Way. So you was trying to get to the Milky Way with this lady here, get married to her, and you figure y'all gonna live a good old life, right? So it was plain, something's in plain sight. And God didn't want Miss Danielle to jeopardize it. She might have thought she was getting to the Milky Way as far as you might have told her to come up there and you're going to talk about non-support. I don't know what you might have said to her. Because this card right here say taking her as a joke. Okay. Okay. You let off your sexual tendencies. I'm the man. Right? You needed to have a clear mind because you was trying to close the blinds to other females. So what you did was close the blinds to other females. That's what the card said. You closed the blinds. You closed the eyes of Miss Danielle and little baby Kennedy. That's the blinds. You closed them to the love for them. You did that. And they are female. Okay? Because you wanted joy markers because you was trying to get a windfall. And that is trying to get that woman you had and live good or whatever. So I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Now I'm going to see if I can do baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy. Baby Kennedy would be 3 years old. So I'm looking at baby Kennedy as a 3-year-old. Probably. You know if you know about it, baby Kennedy. That man don't know what he was. That man don't know what he was. What he missed. That man don't know what he missed. He really don't. He missed a blessing. He don't know what he missed. An opportunity to have a blessing, a beautiful baby girl. A blessing. And Miss Danielle was being able to have her daughter have a sister and just having another daughter. This man don't know what he missed. He sit there and just snuffed out their lives like they was like a bug on the floor. He needs a whole lot of teaching. A whole lot. And God gonna make sure he get it. Because he don't know how to value life. And when you don't value life, it gotta be some kind of price. Okay? Okay, let's see. Someone was anxious here. He was. Spinning top, it say, right? In his mind, right? His thoughts were spinning in his mind, spinning top. Someone is anxious here. He was. He the one who was anxious. He was making all the moves. Nobody could defend themselves. Baby Kennedy was a baby. She couldn't do nothing. Miss Danielle didn't see it coming. He snuck her. He was a coward. Okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, universe. Let's see baby Kennedy. Let me see baby Kennedy. Let me stop for a minute. Let me see baby Kennedy, Lord. Baby Kennedy as a 3-year-old. Let me see baby Kennedy, universe as a 3-year-old. Let me see baby Kennedy as a 3-year-old. Okay. She got chubby cheeks. She light skin. Oh my goodness. It felt like I was going to cry. She got chubby cheeks. Light skin. Chubby cheeks though. And I see her little plaits coming down. Now you have little plaits. Barred on it. Oh my goodness. I just can't get over them fat little cheeks. Oh my goodness, Lord. Red pants. White and red top. Looks like they could be corduroy. Oh my goodness. This man missed out on a beautiful baby. I'm telling you. This man missed out on a beautiful baby. She walking. So I don't know if she's looking for toys or what she looking for. I just can't get over the fat little cheeks. Fat little cheeks. Okay, let me just see. Universe, give me something baby for baby Kennedy. Anything with baby Kennedy to let this man know what all he missed. Baby Kennedy. You know about the sweet little heart. You know all about it. You know her. You know what she's going to be like as a 3-year-old. You knew what all she was going to bring to this world and make it a better place. He didn't know. He didn't see the value in her or in Miss Danielle. Okay. Why did I just see my own mother? Why did my mother come in the vision? I just saw my mother. Why, I don't know. Why did I see my mother? I don't know. I don't know why I saw my mother. I don't know where that came from. Okay, we got Gabriel right here. What they got to do with anything? Let's flow. I'm going to work the cards the best I can. I got to work them. When a certain kind of card, it's a secret. I got to work the cards a certain kind of way. When it comes down to cards that go a certain kind of way. He put a candle out. I gotta just work it in the storyline because we're talking about a baby, so I gotta work it. Okay, you know about it. One more. Okay, so let me take something over here and then you want to say. Yeah, it was a wrap for him. He was a wrap. He was trying to wrap things up. So let me just put these in and make sure I don't pick up no more of it. I'll do the other storyline tomorrow or whenever. This one is going kind of far, so I'm just going to, I'll do the other one another time. Bear with me for a minute. Let me just move these cards. Bear with me. Let me just get these out. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just see. This one be for baby Kennedy. So I'm gonna work this with baby Kennedy, Lord. He didn't know the precious jewel that he had. He didn't look at her as a jewel. Okay? He was overprotective. He was about where he lived or where he worked. Mr. Brandon, him. Because he put the candle out to baby Kennedy. He took her life away. He shut her eyes. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. You know what you know about it. Baby Kennedy. He wanted to be validated by that new girlfriend of his. He needed to start falling back in love with himself. Because he didn't love himself, he couldn't love baby Kennedy. His new girlfriend observed him to see that he was promiscuous. And that's where baby Kennedy came in. Because she was conceived because he was that. She told him that it's his fault that he got Miss Danielle pregnant. Morally, he know he is wrong for throwing baby Kennedy in that water. He didn't want to cultivate and bring love and joy to baby Kennedy. He wanted to do that for the girlfriend he had. So youth don't last for so long. Youth don't last so long. So he was going to exercise his right to complain and just do what he wanted to do. Right? So he moved around a lot that night. So we have this one. It was time and he was going to make baby Kennedy pay her dues for just being alive. And what he did was murder her. Because it say it's time right here on the back. Because his child's mother, the girlfriend of his was coming up against baby Kennedy. Because this card say a friend is coming up against your children. So the girlfriend was coming up against baby Kennedy. Because she was saying she didn't want to be a stepmother. And she was didn't want it to be his baby. So that means coming up against her. Because Mr. Brandon was keeping his options open. That's how he got baby Kennedy. So he felt him and this new lady that he met was unique because it was something in common they had. But he needed to see that him and baby Kennedy had something in common. She was his seed. Something was remarkable. It was challenging for him to get to the windfall. Because he wanted to jump up and get it for himself. And the windfall would be being able to get this lady that he wanted to marry her. He wanted this lady really bad. Where he diminished Miss Danielle, murdered her, diminished baby Kennedy, murdered her because he felt him and this lady was unique. And wanted to get to the windfall with her, just make it in life. So here this baby Kennedy, I'm bruised, but I'm still me inside, Daddy. I'm saying Daddy, right? That's not on the card, but I gotta talk for the baby. I'm bruised, but I'm still me inside, Daddy. That means I'm still your seed. There's nothing I can do about being your seed, being your daughter. I'm bruised, but I'm still me inside. Okay? He is going to be calm in himself and conquer this thing and just go ahead on with this new lady. So God's saying right here, what's the price of a life? So we already know he felt their life meant nothing. It wasn't even worth a cent. Right? We already know that on what happened, right? Because he is going to save himself no matter what. Listen to the card. He is going to save himself no matter what. That means enable for him to be able to have this lady, to be validated by this new girlfriend he had, because he felt it was uniqueness. He's going to save himself and make it where he can be free to be with this woman. And he looked at their lives was worth 0 cents, not even worth a dime, not even worth a penny. So we got the angel right here peeping through the peephole, baby Kennedy. That's an angel card, peeping through the peephole, baby Kennedy. So something was a bleep. So either the job was a bleep, something was a bleep. So maybe court right now for him is a bleep, something is a bleep. Oh yeah, maybe it's court because here's the big boys. He's dealing with the big boys. He an antelope to the big boys. Okay, and the big boys are law enforcement, judges, lawyers, FBI, gang members, anybody, drug dealers. So we dealing with cops and judges and lawyers. So court is a bleep, right? So we got, he wanted to get closer to a gay girl, right? Because this lady right here might be a gay girl, right? Because this card said he wanted to get closer to a gay girl. Because he didn't want to get close to Miss Danielle, because remember, he didn't think she was good enough. So here we are, acknowledging a secret. She a gay girl, right? So we have right here that he was nervous at a place. So he nervous at a place, a relaxation place. So it could be jail, could be the apartments he was living at or what, I don't know. So we have right here that you are living a pipe dream. So he's living a pipe dream. And he caused a disturbance. Or he felt like that baby Kennedy was the disturbance in his life because he's living a pipe dream with this lady here that he seemed to have been so crazy about. So this card means talking, right? So he need to face the situation and do some talking. Open your mouth and talk. Because he dolled up for a date, right? For this lady, to try to get to this lady. I'm yours and you're mine. But also with baby Kennedy. He put on whatever clothes he put on and he went to meet Miss Danielle and go see where baby Kennedy was also. And he knew at that time that baby Kennedy belonged to him. She was his and he was hers, but he wanted to free himself right there. So we got two situations. He wanted to talk as far as his girlfriend of his and fix things there because it was a disturbance between them two. He wanted to talk. But with baby Kennedy, he wanted to free himself. And he went on a date. That means go up there to meet Miss Danielle where he met her at. He knew the baby was his. and the baby belonged to him, and he belonged to the baby, but he wanted to free himself. That means set herself free. That means murder her. Okay. This card says you are not wanted because of your truth, your appearance, or your sounds. So baby Kennedy was not wanted because of her sounds. Miss Danielle was not wanted because of her truth, because she knows that he is the father of her child. So it says a neighbor wants you out of the community. So I got to change it around, okay? So Mr. Brandon wanted baby Kennedy out of the community, right? His girlfriend wanted baby Kennedy out of the community. That means out of their house, out of their lives. Didn't want her to be part of their lives, okay? I'm making it clear to you, right? The court system asking him, did he do it? Or his girlfriend asking him, did he do it? Or will he do it? Or whatever they're saying to him. This card said, did you do it? Right? The court system don't want no more trying to impress him. They want to know, did you do it? Did you kill baby Kennedy? Anything like that? They don't want to hear nothing. So if it's his girlfriend, she want to know, will he do it? Will he do whatever she want him to do? Or did he do it? Or is he the father? Or whatever she asked him. She didn't want no more impressing of him either. So we have a time was mentioned and a time was checked for him to go meet Miss Danielle, or a time was set for court. Take it however it's flowing, right? So we have right here that Miss Danielle was sticking around no nonsense lessons, sticking around fire, because he was considered fire, God says, right? So we have right here interacting with drugs. So either Miss Danielle was in pain, or Miss Danielle was taking pain pills or in pain in general, or he was taking some kind of drug, whatever it might have been, okay? So we have right here that he wanted a meal done. He wanted loyal, a meal done. He wanted to throw away what was extra on his plate, and that would be Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy, right? So he did something strategic. They don't live in Oregon, but he did something strategic. Follow me? Okay, baby Kennedy is an earth angel. Okay, if you are having a hard time, he wasn't going to stay stuck in it. This is supposed to be a positive card, but I got to, because baby Kennedy, she can't do whatever this is, so I just got to say and twist it to him. I usually don't have to do that, but I got to do it right here. Okay, if you're having a hard time, don't stay stuck in it. So I got to make it him. He was having a hard time, and he decided he wasn't going to stay stuck in it. His struggles was going to lead him to the next best place to be. So he felt like he was having a hard time, and he didn't want to be stuck in it. So his struggle was going to lead him to the next best place to be, and that was getting rid of them so he can be able to be with this woman that he was so crazy about. So it might have been windy, but I know it was raining, right? So we have he's going to stop depending on others to grow with him. So let's put it this way. He was going to stop Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy from growing with him. He didn't want to grow with them. He didn't want to see the baby grow. He didn't want to see Miss Danielle grow. He wanted to stop their growth. He didn't want them to grow with him. He didn't want to be attached. Get what I'm saying? Next one is maybe somebody in Miss Danielle's family didn't like him some kind of way, and he don't know why. He never knew why the person didn't like him, or his own uncle. I don't know who the person is, right? So he's acting like an Aries, like a leader. Let me see. When you complain of your ex, you feed the person power. So he is complaining about Miss Danielle, maybe to that new lady he had. Aries, why? So his girlfriend, I'm just going to say his girlfriend, that lady there, She might have been like a fire sign. She don't have to be. Or she could have been like a earth sign. I don't know. Right. But she was acting like a leader because she was saying what is going to be and what it ain't going to be. Okay, so she wasn't going to be watering things down. He wanted her to instill some tenderness, but God wanted him to instill some tenderness. Right? But he wasn't going to water things down. So he decided to make the decisions he made. And he did what he did to baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. Okay? So he made it where it was 3 obstacles, he felt like. Baby Kennedy, Miss Danielle, and then he had his girlfriend. Or he had his other child, let's put it that way. So he wanted it to be where he can have a good life. He wanted things to flow good. So he made it where baby Kennedy never got to see the sunshine. He made it where she couldn't even have life again. This card says sun is life. She didn't get the chance to have all that. It was obvious. It say it is obvious. He was not going to be scared of nothing. Whoops. So we got this card right here. I had to lay next to him for money. So we're going to say that he wanted to move in with this other lady or get a house with her or anything like that. Because maybe she make nice money. Anything like that. Or he just didn't want to be entwined with Miss Danielle as far as money. Or he laid down with Miss Danielle because he might have got money out of her or wanted money out of her when he did that. I don't know. So he wanted to just leave. He wanted to get away and be free. Or wanted her just to leave him alone so he could be free. Because he felt like he ruined there. He had skills he ruined there with Miss Danielle. Right? He was ruined there. She couldn't buy him. Or he felt like she was trying to buy him by getting pregnant maybe. Or he didn't want her begging him for money or whatever this is. Let's see. Or he just was ruined as far as just being in a relationship with her. Or we got his current girlfriend he had at the time. She felt like she had skills she ruined there with him, and he couldn't buy her because she wanted him to just leave because she found out he was laying down with Miss Danielle. So we can turn it different ways. So she felt like she was being tortured, but he felt like he was being tortured. But he the one did the torturing when he murdered Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. See that she is crying out. So I don't know if she is crying, but he didn't see. He didn't want to see. He didn't want to hear. He didn't care. He disconnected himself from both of them because he didn't love neither one of them. But he could hear this other lady though. He felt he was being tortured because he was crying out for attention from her. So he sustained himself at a shelter, a place that's not his home. And right now he in a jail, so that's considered a shelter. So let's see with this one. So truest friends don't envy or hate. Anthony Mark. So the truest friends don't envy or hate. So he might have 2 friends of his, one envy him and one hate him. Or we can just say that we can turn it around and say Miss Danielle and his current girlfriend, that lady there, both of them supposed to have been the truest friends to him. But he hated Miss Danielle, and he had envy over here with this other lady. Or he got some actual friends where one of them envy him and one of them hate him, however it's flowing. So jealousy was not the best policy for his girlfriend, that lady there. Because Miss Danielle wasn't jealous. Okay? So it was a mild dose of jealousy there, right? So let's say her current boyfriend, because it say knows the truth. So she knew the truth about her current boyfriend. And she know the truth about her current boyfriend is that he's the father of Miss Danielle's child, right? So God saying right here, is Mr. Brandon even husband worthy or boyfriend worthy? He wasn't even husband or boyfriend worthy, right? But we had this girlfriend of his figured he was, because she was going to marry him. He wanted her to call him soon because she was in his dreams and his thoughts. Okay, so she wanted to be treated equal and fair, but baby Kennedy needed to be treated equal and fair also. Follow me? It is your turn to prove to me. So this new girlfriend of his wanted her to prove to him that love flows from both sides. How about you? So she wanted to be shown, right, that how much he loved her, right? But he didn't show baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle that love flows from both sides because he didn't love them. So he wasn't biracial, but he was light, right? So he wanted to be, just say single. So some kind of way they had broke up for a minute where he was single, or we can just put it where he just didn't want another child, right, for right then anyway. So he is coping, and he gonna say he's sorry, but it's only because he want to cope, because he meant to do everything he did, okay? What he need to say is he was wrong and he shouldn't have did it, okay? So we have him and this new girlfriend of his that he had. Are you divorced or are we playing house? So he had a wife. She didn't want to move in with him if he still had a wife. She wanted him to get divorced. After we move in, then what? Are you divorced or are we playing house? She was going to see what was right for her and what was right in front of her. This new girlfriend of his, that lady there. So he is going to change and chance it all because she looked at him as weak back. But he also looked at Miss Danielle as weak back, and he is going to change and chance it all and lie to her and get her to that location to murder her. Because right here is the gun card. So he grossed her out. We're going to say it grossed her out. Or she might have whined. I don't know what she did, right? She was feeling whatever she was feeling like. But he aimed, wounded, and murdered. That's the gun card. Miss Danielle. Because the next card say he chose the one for full bloom. He chose Miss Danielle to murder. So we can call that full bloom. But really the full bloom card is a marriage card. He chose a woman he wanted to marry. And that's who he wanted. And also he chose full bloom. And what he chose was Miss Danielle was the one he wanted to murder. So we have right here that he needed a blessing. Or Miss Danielle or baby Kennedy needed a blessing. So let's just flow a little bit in the universe. Baby Kennedy needed a blessing to be saved because I don't see the impossible card coming out, Lord, for baby Kennedy. I don't see that impossible card, universe. I don't see it. Let's see. You are moving this year? No. So he not moving this year. So during that time, he might have been trying to move in with that lady, or God just talking about right now, he not moving this year. Because he popped up on baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. It don't have to be a Wednesday, whenever he popped up on them. Because he looked at them as a joke. So we got number 10, October. So we got the stepfather again because he don't want to be a real father. He don't want to be a father. He disconnected. This cause a stepfather is guilty of a crime it really just mean him. He disconnected, so it's coming out like he a stepfather to the baby when really he the real father. He connected to a crime. He's guilty, it says on the card. The family going to accept it and let him serve his time because he guilty. Okay? So, take it to the judge. And it's being taken to the judge because fussing with a cop or fussing with a leader any kind of way. So, he was going to accept it, a phone number some kind of way. He might have asked the phone number. He might have told Miss Danielle something. Or he must have shown he had to give her a number. Or some kind of way he got a number, asked for a number, whatever he did. We got a secret 2 times. The secret 2 times. So we have that. He didn't want to follow the guidelines. Right? So he was going all different kind of ways to pleasure himself. He had no restrictions on pleasuring himself as far as the guidelines. So, we got another secret card. Tell a secret. Let it out now. Okay, we got Phil on here, but so we got 2 secret cards. So we have right here, he had to let go of destruction. He got a healing path. It's right there. He don't have no healing path. My mistake. Has he got the healing path? Because I'm talking about baby Kennedy. So baby Kennedy got the healing path. Healing path. Let destruction go. He might have a healing path too though. Nope. Maybe this is card. He needs to let destruction go. Leave it behind. Healing path work. Oh, really? You see that he this lady, female that he had, her say they was uniquers. Right? Baby Kennedy needed a blessing, and Miss Danielle needed a blessing at the time. Universe, you know all about it. You know all about it, universe. Baby Kennedy. I'm hearing, they don't really care about us. Neither one of them people cared about baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. Him or his woman. They don't really care about us. Look at this card that came out. What was the price of their life? He is going to save him no matter what. So we got 2 secret cards in here. This man found all kind of ways to pleasure himself. That man was wild. Doing that kind of stuff like that to his baby and to Miss Danielle. Let me just take a little bit more and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut this thing. Okay, here it is. He's guilty. He said he loved this lady here that he's so crazy about. He want pillow talk with extension. He left Miss Danielle tattered. And baby Kennedy, they needed a miracle. He left them tattered. He just threw them away like a piece of trash. Okay, here we are. Murdered by the baby daddy. This card say murdered by the baby daddy. If I could turn the camera on and show you, I would. Murdered by the baby daddy. because Miss Danielle was murdered by her baby's daddy, and the baby was murdered by her own daddy. Maybe a midwife. So let me float for a minute. A midwife. Let's see. Change of address. He is in limbo because Miss Danielle was in limbo because she came from where her house was and she was somewhere. It wasn't her house, so she was in limbo. Inviting in the morning time. So some kind of way she should have talked to him in the morning time, or she might have talked to him earlier that day already, or whatever was going on. Free me. He wanted to be free. He wanted to clear his mind and be free of the baby. See, money. Stop being sneaky about money. He didn't want to deal with no money, nothing as far as money with her. So he was going to take all the steps needed that he had to take. You need to get back in school. So I see 2 school things. So I don't know if he's going to college. I don't know if he just was trying to get another job or whatever was going on with him. But he just didn't want to be bothered with no more money problems, not as far as money. So we have with this one. Let's see. Do he love his wife? Or his child mother? Because he felt like she wanted to saddle him down, or he wanted to saddle her down. That's true. The girlfriend he had, but he felt like Miss Danielle was going to saddle him down. I guess for money. He don't want to show any kind of remorse. He might want her to apologize because she even was pregnant in the first place. But he got to remember, he played a part. Nobody pulled his zipper down and made him do anything. Okay, let's just go. Okay. Miss Danielle ended up in a funeral parlor. And baby Kennedy, we just don't know where she is. But this is the funeral parlor card. So we have right here that a warrant came for his arrest. Some kind of way they got him. Right here, bail's bond. Where he might wanted a bail's bond back then. Okay, so we have right here that he needed to treat Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy equal and fair. So if I make this baby Kennedy is saying treat me equal and fair. I want to be treated equal and fair. So he's going to be going to an office if it didn't happen back then. And it's going to be sweet for baby Kennedy. Because he decided, I'm not tolerating you no more, baby Kennedy. Here's an affordable housing wherever he was living at the time. So we have right here, he was hooking notes with his so-called friends, and that would be with his girlfriend he had and her mother maybe. And he is banking on it, right? That Miss Danielle was easy, right? He's banking on it because he is going to solve a problem here. So, yes, you're on your path. So he on his path. His path is jail right now. But he is banking on it that he could put baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle on their path, and that would be in spirit with God, right? Now it is vital to find your path if you're not on it. But he didn't want to find the right path. The path he chose was to get her stranded somewhere out in the rain somewhere, where she wasn't on her path, because outside wasn't her path. Her path would have been in the house where she was safe. So we have that. He was good and mad with baby Kennedy and with Miss Danielle. And ducking wouldn't help them, neither one of them. Okay. So he tried to act like he don't know what was going on. But he needed to get a clear mind. But he got a nerve. Because he felt like he was going to be put on trial some kind of way. Or go to non-support. So he a creep, and he diminished Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. Or he was going to be getting diminished by anybody in the court system. Glancing at the moon just mean he was out at nighttime. He was out at night. Miss Kennedy, baby Kennedy was out at night, and Miss Danielle, right outside. He is feeling all his feelings, planting, feeling, tasting, anything when it comes down to his feelings. He's feeling all of them. That's why he was doing everything he was doing. He was in his feelings, right? No growth comes from the same sex. This is a gay card. So I'm going to work with it this way right here. Let me see what the next card is. Being different. Wait a minute. Being different. Wait. See, I told you that sneaky card had to come out because he was sneaky. Oh my goodness. Look, be the extension to keep your children safe. Oh my goodness. No growth come from the same sex. This is a gay card though, but I'm going to just work it for a minute and change it for a minute. He made no growth come from Miss Kennedy, strike that baby Kennedy, and Miss Danielle. Both of them are female, correct? He made no growth come from them. That means he murdered them. That stopped their growth. Get my drift? And both of them are female. So that means same sex, right? God said his choices was his own though, to make no growth come to them, and that was his choice. Because it says right here, you are adorable. Baby Kennedy was adorable. Being different just means she stand out. But Miss Danielle, she is adorable. But being different just means she stand out. Let's see something. He didn't want to be the extension to keep his children safe. He didn't want to keep her safe. He wanted to destroy her. He didn't keep her safe. So this card, he aimed for it, and he went on a kitty cat mission. That means when you do something sneaky. He lured Miss Danielle up there with the baby, and he did something sneaky. He is going to testify and be a place setter. He told her he's going to talk to her about something or whatever he told her, or he's going to get on the witness stand, take it how it goes. He had to get on his path, or he made her think he was getting on his path and was going to be a father to the baby, whatever he told her. So if he told her he was going to get on his path, that just simply means he told her he was going to be a father, ready to be a father, or he was going to help or whatever. Or God just saying with this card, he got to get on his path. So he going to get on his path, and that means prison, okay? Right now, God says, right? So we got between 7 o'clock a.m., 7:30 p.m. So he wasn't going to let what he seek ruin his life, right? Or he wasn't going to let what Miss Danielle seeked ruin his life. Because he felt like she couldn't find it, because he wasn't going to be available for that. But God told Miss Danielle, don't let what you seek ruin your life, Miss Danielle, because you can't find it in this person here. But he wasn't going to let her ruin his life. Her or baby Kennedy. Never praise negligence, right? I mean neglect. So she wasn't going to praise neglect, because he wanted to just neglect her and the baby. And that's what he did when he murdered both of them. Because it was time to act, the card says, right? Next one is, he is looking at what was superficial and what was a cabbage breaker. That just simply means make them lose money. Dough, bread, dollars, you know what I'm saying? Coins, dough, money, okay? He is looking at what would make him lose money. And he felt that Baby Kennedy would make him lose money. And her mother also, because she would be going down there to make sure the money come flowing, right? Next one is transporting of a drug. So let's just take, or transporting of an infection. So either it was a sexual infection or COVID at the time, sexual infection at the time, or we dealing with passing of a drug, taking of a drug, or he had a drug in his system, period, take it however it's long. Okay, so we hear right here, he wanted to get to the melting pot. So he told her to come on up there probably, like he was really going to do right, anything like that. Or that would be him and his new woman. Let me just see what the next card is. Jealousy is in the form of a sister. So we're going to say jealousy is in the form of his new girlfriend. Right? You can see the daggers from her eyes, right? It's like daggers, her eyes. She jealous. Follow me? It was time to see, for him to see that she was battling because she had jealousy. She didn't like the idea that Danielle had his baby or was pregnant by him or anything like that. Because that's viewed as competition. So he was going to get out of the circles that he felt kept him stuck and see what others was doing to keep him there. Okay. Next one is asking for a house address, or we just can put this with he didn't want any ain'ts. So I'm going to say what this card is. He told her to come to a place and he wasn't taking no for an answer. Whatever the place was. Or after he did what he did to Miss Danielle, he told his girlfriend to take him to some house, whatever house it was, his mother house or whatever. He might have told the address. Or if it's not that, he told Miss Danielle to come to whatever place she was at, and he gave the address or whatever where she was murdered because some traveling happened, traveled. So we got a female cousin, older cousin, cousin in general, or he might have a female cousin or older cousin, or Miss Danielle might do, or his child's or his girlfriend do. Covering up won't work because he wasn't no cleaner than Miss Danielle or his woman he had. So he in the valley and he gonna stay there. Follow me? That means jail. But he threw baby Kennedy in the river, and she in the valley. And so far, she's staying there until, or unless she can be found, because he wanted her to stay there. But God said he wasn't no cleaner than nobody else. So he traveled, and the address would be wherever the killing happened, I'm going to say. Because he felt he was battling, and jealousy was in the eyes. God said it's like daggers. And you know what daggers is? She just had it in her because she's jealous of her being the mother of a child of his, because on the witness stand, it was said that he wanted a child with her, right? He wanted his any more children to be by, I guess, this lady here he wanted to marry. So he guilty. I don't see no card saying that baby Kennedy forgive him, or Miss Danielle forgive him. The last card came out is being in a valley. Someone is in a valley. He in a valley, and he gonna stay there. That's what the card said. The valley is the justice system, because he's gonna be going to the prison. That's gonna be the valley. But he threw the baby in the water. That is like the valley. There's a lot to the valley. It stretches so far. And he threw her there because he wanted her to stay there. He didn't make no mistake in that thing. He knew just what he was doing, and he wanted it to be like that. Because he had no kind of attachments to the baby or her. So he was heartless. He was cold-blooded, like God says. He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. He's been telling lies. He cold-blooded, cold-hearted. His girlfriend, she's cold-hearted. Very cold-hearted. Jealous and cold-hearted. Because nobody should be jealous of a baby, period. Evidently, it shows you can't hold on to who you got if you're jealous of a baby. For real. But all the decisions he made was his own. So if he get rid of his own blood for a woman that's not his blood, you know, all that is on him. You know, because you can't blame somebody else for somebody else's things they do. So let me just see if I can get 20 and I'm going to stop. Okay, universe. Anything else? I didn't see no kind of forgive cards from Miss, what's her name? From Miss Danielle or from baby Kennedy. I hear you might haven't had them in your dreams before, but you might be haunted by them and had them in your dreams once you go to prison. It might start then. We're gonna see the baby's face in your mind and Miss Danielle. You might. Let's just bluff. I'm gonna see if it could be 10 cards. I'm gonna try my best to keep it at 10. Because you're gonna boo-hoo. Because you committed a senseless act. You're going to jail, but you already in jail. Oh my goodness, how many secret cards gonna come out? You was loving in secret. But Miss Danielle wasn't a slut. Right? So here's this woman over here. Whichever one was your girlfriend first or whatever it says, I don't know, just stepping out on who you had. You wanted to save some money. I think you wanted to save some money. So let's just go just doing some kind of thinking and solitude. You feeling detention time now though. So you put a chokehold some kind of way in something in September. Or a chokehold when we put on you in September. That means a stall, a delay. The trial going on now in September. So maybe that's what God talking about right now, or something happened back then. I don't know. So you wanted to be out of a money deal, money scheme. So we're going to say child support. How about that? Because child support. Okay, you looked at Miss Danielle as easy. She was alone with you. So you got her out there by herself. What you call it? The defenseless, didn't have no help. You got her there and you just treated her like that. That's a shame. That's really terrible. Okay, let's just fly 20 more. I'm going to make sure I didn't mess up. And let's go ahead and put all them down, but I'm hoping it's just a 20 that I don't go over. Okay. Okay, you know about it. Let's see the next card. So some doorbell action. So it's some kind of, it was camera footage because they were showing it, camera footage. It's a doorbell action, camera footage, doorbell rings or whatever it is. You was the best man for the job. You was on the doorbell cameras or whatever you was on. You was the best man for the job. Yes, you was, right? So let's see what this one is. So we have that. You weren't gonna, wait a minute. You weren't gonna, I don't know what this card is. It's broke. Shucks. I don't know what that one is, so I don't know. So we have right here that, you was gonna think out of the box. Okay. You missed this lady because of the way you broke up, y'all broke up, or talking wasn't the same, whatever was going on. I missed you. I want to know why. Okay, so you gonna have to join a bereavement group or court, and maybe Miss Danielle's mother is going to ask you, I want to know why. Why did you kill my daughter and my granddaughter? Maybe she's going to say something like that. And here's another apology card. God said you owe an insane apology. And now's the time because it made no sense what you did to Miss Danielle and baby Kennedy. We got 13 or 31. Right? So number 3, number 4. She was like 3 years old on my vision, right? So molding and grooming your child to be gay. So we have, here you are, It's saying stepfather, but is you having relations with your son? So, some kind of way, molding your child to be gay. So some kind of way, I don't know what might happen in jail. You might get molded. You get what I'm saying? You might, because you got a son, but I don't know. Unless your son got a stepfather over there, I don't know. Because this card says stepfather is having relations with your son. Right? Molding and grooming your child to be gay, a gay person. So I don't know as far as your son, what's going on with your actual son, but if we're talking about you as a grown-up, you yourself, you actually is the person that act like you're a stepfather to baby Kennedy. But if we have like guards and people like that, they are like your like your parents or whatever, or people that's in jail, period. And you would be considered the son. And you might get molded to go that direction. Because you might be dealing with the caravan, a group of people. And you're going to want it to be over with, if I take it that way, right? So let's just say 2 to 3 witnesses might see it. Or 2 to 3 witnesses might saw something as far as you and what you did to baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. Let's say 1, 2. You wanted to be cheered on. It was hard. You didn't want to cheer Miss Danielle on with baby Kennedy. You didn't want to cheer that on. And you might have been living a secret life yourself as far. Yeah, you was living a secret life, it says, right? Let's see. Okay, choose door 1 love. You wanted your girlfriend to choose door 1 love. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got this card. Talk to the judge. It's time to talk to the judge. Yes, it's time to talk to the judge. I don't know. Okay, so maybe you got some, or your girlfriend was the judge, what you call the judge. You was going to talk to her, yes, because she seemed to make a lot of decisions. Because you choose door 1 love, right? Because some kind of way you might have got some kind of disease, infection. This is an HIV card though, or disease, or whatever you might have got. And she let you know that her life matters. Know that, or you might talk to somebody in law enforcement about something. Because you ready to love in a healthy way. You was ready to love in a healthy way, or she told you that. But you needed to learn to love yourself because you was kind of all over the place. You was all over the place as far as in love. Yeah, so maybe I feel that's it. Back then you wanted to use Miss Danielle though. Take me to dinner or play or whatever. You wanted to use her, but you wind up with a lady who was barking out orders and saying whatever and had boundaries and everything else. And, you know, it's a whole different story. You couldn't use her, but you could tolerate her. But with Miss Danielle, you know, it was a whole different story. Let's see. Give me a drink. Allow it. So we have your new girlfriend. She wasn't going to allow you to neglect her. No kind of way. Somebody asked for a drink. So we have right here that talking by the car, in a car. So you might have been talking in the car or by the car as far as Miss Danielle. So we got, it's antsy at a place. This is stand for school, so we're going to say it to jail. Antsy, jail, court, or whatever. Oh my goodness, this next card says she is dead. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. What is this? She blank talk. She could talk. Oh, it says she could talk. Okay, this says right here, she could talk. And then the other side says she is dead. So she could tell some secret probably. She could talk, she is dead. Let me see something. He has been answered, hanging around the corner. Proceed with caution. She had a blow the path. He is petrified about his dough. I keep telling you. His money, his cabbage, his bread, circumstances cause what's going to cause him to get a lawyer or cause her to get one. And he dealing with the masses, the court system, the prison system. Recovery for a brighter future. Live the best life by getting healed. Got a sister. So this girlfriend of his was going to be going to jail at first, but maybe they didn't put it in. Right? Let's see. Something. Communicate. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, bear with me. Okay, universe. Something come from his childhood, From his childhood. Prosecute. The court's prosecuting or whatever, but Miss Danielle was going to prosecute some kind of way with him. Knowing him don't matter. She was a star and she was the light. Just about buffoonery. Seeing it in a moment. Jump for joy. And always get fall into the best places. So let's see. She had to stay away if needed, to not be fussing with this new girlfriend he had. Her mother do not like the sister. I'm gonna say like it seemed like the other one wasn't getting along or didn't like Miss Danielle being in the picture. Okay, I think that's it though. So that's it. We're gonna leave it like that. What is this? What's this? Get a long wolf. Okay, so yeah, this card came out. She could talk. She is dead. Secret. Oh, I have 3 secret cards in here. So the thing is, bottom line is that Kennedy was his baby. Kennedy was his baby. And we have this lady he's so crazy about that he then took 2 lives to be with. You know. And he didn't, no. And she, on the witness stands, looked like she could care less about him. And he killing 2 people. Because he claimed he wanted to be with her so bad. He feel they uniquers. So the twin flame card came out with the full bloom. That's true, right? But still, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say something, but I won't say it. I won't say it. I'll do another storyline, and if something was to come out, I'll say it. But I don't want to put no more to this one. But anyway, this is as far as baby Kennedy. This last part, that last part, it was. So I didn't see no apology cards from. I mean, not apology cards. No forgiveness cards or anything like that coming out toward him from baby Kennedy or Miss Danielle. It don't say that Miss Danielle was a bad person or anything. It didn't say she was mean to him or nothing. It didn't say nothing like that. It says nothing like that. So I feel she was a nice lady, a nice young lady. And he just felt she wasn't good enough. He just wanted to use her up like a sponge. And then he ran into this other lady that don't take no nonsense. And he running behind her like a puppy dog. And that's what he was doing. And he wanted to use Miss Danielle over there. And if he could get that other lady back, or get that lady in general, he took their whole lives away. So he gave her all kind of power. So ain't no way. With that lady over there, she felt some kind of sense of he loved her. He done killed 2 people. And she should feel really bad if she think anything like that. Oh, he really loved me. He killed 2 people for me. I mean, that's disgusting. It really is. But she probably start feeling a certain way back then, because she felt like, well, now I know he loved me more, or whatever, like ladies do. Because she was jealous of Miss Danielle. The card said she had his baby, and that is like an upper hand for some ladies. They can't stand that. They can't stand it. So she might felt like she won in the end. It sounds bad, but she probably felt like she won it at the end, because she was the one who ended up with him until the cops got their hands on him, or he killed for her. But he ain't just killed for her. He didn't even want to pay child support. I ain't see a bunch of child support cards, but he didn't want to pay child support. But mainly he was trying to get to this woman that he made seem like she was just so precious, more precious than little baby Kennedy and Miss Danielle. So this, the Brass Love 1 Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. This for entertainment purposes only, to those who deem it as such. You won't have to take nothing as true that you hear in the storyline. But I just don't know if we'll ever be able to find baby Kennedy. But we might can't, because the Valley card came out. Just you heard me say he in the Valley and he gonna stay there. That means jail for him. But baby Kennedy was thrown in the Valley, and she might had to stay there because nobody knew which direction, her body went to. So she might be somewhere, and nobody can get to her because they don't know which direction she is. Or animal might have got her. She only was a two-day-old sweetheart. She ain't but so big. Thank you, Lord, for the life of baby Kennedy, Lord, the sweet little one that didn't get a chance to grow into what you wanted her to be and accomplish in life. She was snuffed out by her own daddy, his own seed, and he took away Miss Danielle, took her from her other daughter, took her from her mama and her siblings, and he had no remorse as far as that, because he meant to do it. So it's hard to have remorse when you mean to do something. It's like you telling somebody, just lie to me because I want to hear it. So there's no remorse when somebody mean to do something. And he meant to do it. Every step he took, he meant to do it. It was strategic, God said in the storyline. He knew Miss Danielle liked him. He knew that. And for him to take advantage, because it said he looked at her as a lone wolf and easy. And that's not right. To go get hooked to a lady that seemed like she wanted him to jump hoops. If anything, that lady over there probably did not care about him like Miss Danielle. He the one was crazy in love. This is the Rest Love One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. Peace to the family. Thank God for little baby Kennedy. I'm so glad some pictures was taken for the family to have pictures of her. I'm so glad of that. Peace.